Here in Erbil, northern of the capital city of Amman, one of the most prominent national landmarks and a distinguished rehabilitation center concerned with comprehensive care and rehabilitation. It's a pillar of the national economy and a scientific qualification edifice and a national achievement that we are proud of in front of the whole world and that we present as a gift to His Majesty King Abdullah ibn al-Hussein. During the past decade, we achieved great achievements, and this achievement created the ideal and incubating environment for your ideas and creativity and turned it to success stories. The story of a young Jordanian who make the future himself, where each one of you has the ability and potential to change our present and make the future. Upon royal instruction of Majesty and achieving for his royal vision, Alboqai has established body engineering on a world renowned by establishing an international center for comprehensive care and rehabilitation. The body engineer, Dr. Muhammad Khalid Salim Alboqai, was the first man who has broken the rule of no treatment, no cure, becoming the first one who established rehabilitative body engineering of hand therapy science. Dr. Alboqai was born in the city of Astarih and completed his secondary education at Astarih Secondary School for Boys and completed his university studies at Kuban State University in the city of Krasnodar in Russia. PhD in biological science, specializing in comprehensive physical rehabilitation for manual therapy. He is the first expert in combat anatomy, expert in self-defense games, and the first who established International Academic for Rehabilitative Body in Erbil 1984. He established the first academic studies of karate in Arabic world in Yarmouk University, 1987. He was the world champion in karate and self-defense in Nevada, Las Vegas, United States of America in 1993. Dr. Alboqai wrote hundreds of success stories. Dr. Alboqai authored a nationally and internationally registered scientific work titled Introduction to Body Engineering for the Rehabilitation Science of Hand Therapy at several universities and community colleges. Alboqai has won many locally and internationally awards. The most important is the first prize for the King II Abdullah Award for self-employment and entrepreneurship. In behalf of Majesty King Abdullah II, the son of Majesty King Al-Hussein, Dr. Abdullah Nasur, the Prime Minister, give him the prize. Receiving the Youth Award for distinguished work at the Arab world level, the award was presented to him by Her Highness Princess Rajwa bint Ali. He won first place in the DIA 3 conference in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia out of the 45 participating Arab and international countries. Dr. Alboqai was awarded an honorary doctorate in humanitarian and volunteer work from the Lebanese Canadian University. Therefore, he is entitled to possess this certificate approved by the Supreme Council of Egyptian and Arab Scholars. The research thesis is the research study on the establishment of body engineering, the safe manual therapy, and the treatment of diseases that modern medicine has failed to treat. The overall rating is excellent, first class, and well deserved. In my turn as a parliamentary and in the health committee, It's the honor for us to be supported for the center through media, health ministry, and Jordanian universities to find colleges to teach the science who prove its value all over the world. Many cases from Morocco, Italy, France, Saudi Arabia, and all Gulf countries come to Baqa'i Center in Erbil, Jordan to take the therapy. alboqaiworld for rehabilitation and comprehensive care is hope and vibrant world to find the place of pain to be kind of healing. And just as he was described in the Arab Republic of Egypt, in the honor of the Creators Association in Cairo, that I watched on Facebook and social media channels. He is like Ahmed Zuwail of Egypt and the Arab world. We are proud that the creative Dr. Muhammad Khalid al-Baqa'i is the Zuwail of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Many thanks to Dr. Subhi who brought together the Arab world and the Arab nation in this assembly, and I am honored to be among you and to sponsor this conference. The ceremony, which was held when Alboqai Center for Comprehensive Care and Rehabilitation taking the first place in the King Abdullah II Award for Self-Employment and Entrepreneurship, which is awarded by the Development and Employment Fund, and obtaining the ISO certificate for the third time. Look, mister, we have seen and heard stories stranger than fiction, and I am one of them. When a person reached the stage of despair in treatment and found the cure in the center. First, we thank the invitation to the Egyptian Council of Inventors and Scientists for honoring us by crowning us a Scholar of the Era and presenting a research doctorate in the same council. Yes, there are hundreds or even thousands of cases that have been treated over 40 years in Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, France, and the whole world. There are still people also residing in the world of El Bekaa in Jordan. It's found to solve problems that cannot be solved, like lack of oxygen, some accidents, banal problems, and cases of MS or multiple sclerosis. He was given the title Dean of Humanitarian and Volunteer Work in Jordan for his adoption of humanitarian cases, including his adoption of a Zakar family whose members suffer from multiple disabilities. You are private sector, but your social responsibility is very high. Adopting Nisreen Humanity case, which announced from the General Securities radio station, adopting the case of the child Basel Ater, who was gunshot in election center. Adopting the child Jude Khawalde, who was suffering from lack of oxygen, cerebral palsy, and quadriplegia. His adoption of the child Abdurrahman, who was suffering from lack of oxygen and paralysis of his limbs, and his adoption of the young man Nail Mustafa Shakhashir, who was suffering from quadriplegia. Providing support for people with special needs, those of high determination, and adopting their demands, especially visit the Holy Kaaba. He took them to Mecca in individual groups. Dr. Alboqai established a hall that could accommodate 250 people with all the equipment, and he called it the Hajj Khalid Salim al-Baqa'i Hall. The hall was allocated to all members of all local, international, and Arab community and for free. Alboqai is a member of the local council at Alboqai Applied University, Jadar University, Erbil Private University, and holds the Arar Chair at Yarmouk University, Faculty of Media. Patroness of a number of charitable organizations in Jordan, active in volunteer work and humanitarian work. Dr. Alboqai was honored by a number of universities, including the University of Jordan Faculty of Medicine, Yarmouk University, Jadara University, Al Bayt University, Jarash University, Alboqai Applied University, Ajloun University, the University of Science and Technology, and a group of community colleges. Dr. Alboqai was honored by the Prime Minister, the Minister of Higher Education, and the Minister of Health. Dr. Alboqai was honored by a number of embassies, including the Saudi Embassy, and the Ambassador of the Republic of Iraq, Safiya Suhail, honored Dr. Alboqai at his center. In this holy month, we thank the ward of Alboqai, represented by the Honorable Brother Muhammad Alboqai, and the Rehabilitation Center for Physical Therapy for Severe Disabilities in Erbil in the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan for their care of Iraqi child, who in fact entered the center for treatment in 2017 at the request of his family. He is Yusuf Basim Jassim Al-Azzawi. Dr. Alboqai was honored with a piece of Kaaba curtain in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sheikh Dr. Ayed Al-Qarni called him the Doctor of the Age, Doctor of Era like Ibn Sina and Daimos, the engineer of the body. Rather, the scientist and engineer of the body didn't stop at a certain point because he doesn't know the impossible, just breaking all human rules and creativity, so he became a creative school for creativity itself. The scientist of the body who was chosen as a creative personality for 2020 was honored by the Minister of Culture, Dr. Bassem Touaisi. Globally, international conferences spoke about him as a global scientist, like the Italian conference.
Di questa settimana, Sua Eccellenza il fisiologo Dottor Muhammad Alboqai della città di Al-Sareh, governatorato di Erbil. Muhammad Khaled Salem, nato il 20 gennaio 1960.
In Spain, he was chosen as the international scientist in this conference.
Científicas internacionales. El personaje de esta semana, Su Excelencia, el fisiólogo Dr. Muhammad Alboqai, de la ciudad de Al-Sareh, gobernación de Erbil. Nombre, Muhammad Khaled Salem.
The administration of the General Union of Arab Intellectuals and Writers at the level of the Arab world and its offices also decided to honor the body engineer and scientist Dr. Muhammad Khalid Alboqai, headed by the General Union of Arab Intellectuals and Writers at the level of the Arab world. The United Nations also decided to give him a membership card as a supporter and volunteer in the humanitarian field. On International Men's Day, the Union of the Moroccan Mexican Culture and Artistic Alliance honored Dr. Alboqai for his humanitarian work and the clear role in treating incurable cases.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين نبينا محمد الأمين يا رضا الله ورضا الوالدين. Глубоко уважаемые председатели, глубоко уважаемые члены Совета e-ghost. Gebeurtenissen sie nicht, являются одним из наиболее проявлений напряжения опорно-двигательного аппарата у спортсмена. Они влекут за собой длительное снижение общей и специальной работоспособности.
Every day, a new scientist is born and says to the whole world, you are a world of creativity. Alboqai World for Comprehensive Care and Rehabilitation, led by the body engineer and scientific researcher Dr. Muhammad Khalid Salim Alboqai.